One of my goals for this year is to spend more time outside of my comfort zone and go hiking and backpacking in new places, like get off the West Coast and try hiking a trail in the Midwest kind of places. So in this video, I'm spending the next 4 days and 3 nights backpacking 42 miles along one of Michigan's most scenic trails, the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore, with 2 women, Mary and Elissa, who are students in my online backpacking program for women, the Confident Solo Female Backpacker System. Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore is located along the 42-mile section of the North Country Trail, which currently spans over 3,000 miles through Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and North Dakota. Pictured Rocks is located in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and for most of this section of trail is pretty relaxed with very little elevation gain and follows along the shoreline of Lake Superior. We're going to be out there in the middle of May, which is still considered early season for this area, so we're coming prepared to deal with the cold, wet, windy weather. On a clear day, this section of trail can be absolutely stunning with views of Lake Superior, its beaches, and all the nearby sandstone cliffs, but with the current forecast, we're not sure how much of these views we're going to be able to see while we're out there. For 4 days and 3 nights, the 3 of us will attempt to hike all 42 miles of this section of trail, starting from the Grand Sable Visitor Center all the way to Munising Falls Visitor Center where a rental car is parked. Along our trip, we have reservations to stay at the Benchmark Campsite on night 1, Coves Campsite on night 2, and the Mosquito River Campsite on night 3. Let's go hiking. Since Mary and I both live on the West Coast, we had a few travel logistics to go through before meeting up with Elissa in Michigan. First, our early morning flight out of Seattle was delayed by 3 hours, causing us to miss our connecting flight in Minneapolis. Since we'd be flying from Minneapolis into a small regional airport that only had 1 flight a day, and we were starting our trip the very next day, we had to pivot and make other travel plans. This meant renting a car from the airport in Minneapolis and driving 7.5 hours to Munising, where we wouldn't get into town until after midnight. Early next morning, we had to pack our gear and food into our packs and drive to the Munising Falls Visitor Center, where we'd leave our rental car parked and hop on the shuttle, which would take us to where we'd officially start our hike for this trip at the Grand Sable Visitor Center, in the rain and mud. In the rain. Thankfully, I had some yummy snacks to keep me going, like this freeze-dried bruschetta I made myself at home this winter, and a bag of these Mishi gummies gifted to me by Elissa, which I quickly devoured.
Early season hike.
Sand and snow. Sand and snow. I've never seen that before. Something I learned early on about this section of trail is that it was going to be a pretty bougie hike. Not only were there tons of cool sights like this light station, but within the first 8 miles of our hike, we'd come across picnic tables, pit toilets, and garbage cans. My hiker trash heart was so incredibly happy. Little did we know this would be a reoccurring theme along our hike over the next 4 days. Our first campsite of the trip, which was Benchmark Campsite, would be located just right over the hill from the shore of Lake Superior and be very sandy. Tonight for dinner, I'd be having creamy Tuscan chicken with penne pasta from Pinnacle Foods, repackaged in a freezer Ziploc bag, and it was delicious. The next morning, we woke up to wet tents and overcast skies. But in less than 2 miles from where we camped, there was a garbage can where we could dump our trash and potable water we didn't have to filter. Did I mention that hiking this section of trail was bougie? Halfway through the day, we came up on something very interesting in the middle of the forest. Crazy. For lunch, we decided to make a pit stop under the tree cover to hopefully try and dry our tents out. I heated up some of my homemade beef stew, and Elissa surprised us with lavender shortbread she had baked herself, and it was just as delicious as it looks. Thank you, Elissa. After lunch, it was back on the trail again, heading towards our campsite for the night. Normally, I don't build campfires when I'm in the backcountry, but another group who was also staying at the same campsite as us had built a fire, and we were happy to enjoy it with them while we ate our dinner. Dinner tonight was my homemade freeze-dried almond chicken casserole and the second piece of Elissa's lavender shortbread. Much to our surprise, we woke up this morning to sunshine. For breakfast, I decided to throw the Pinnacle Foods breakfast sausage and egg scramble into a tortilla and make it into a backcountry breakfast burrito. 10 out of 10 recommend this for a tasty on-trail breakfast. And as soon as we packed up and headed out on trail for the day, we were treated to some incredible views thanks to all of the clear weather. Finally, we got to start seeing what the area really looked like without all the cloud cover. Hang on to your eyeballs. I even got to enjoy a little beach time in the sun. We decided to stop at one of the sites at Chapel Rock campsite for lunch. On the menu for me was more freeze-dried bruschetta along with freeze-dried homemade chicken fajitas with homemade freeze-dried guacamole, and it was so good. After lunch, the incredible views just kept coming. For our last night on trail, our local water source was this super cute river, and we still had plenty of sunshine. On our final morning out on trail, we woke up again to more sunshine.
I stink really bad.
For breakfast, I had one of my all-time favorite trail breakfasts, which is the Pinnacle Foods jalapeno cheddar biscuits and herb sausage gravy. 10 out of 10 recommend this one as well. After breakfast, we headed out to hike our last day on trail, which would be just under 12 miles back to Munising Falls Visitor Center, where town food and warm showers would await. We made a quick stop for lunch at the Miners Castle Visitor Center, where there would be picnic tables, flush toilets, potable water we didn't have to filter, garbage cans, and scenic views. Then from here, we'd have 6 miles until we'd reach the rental car and head back into town. Once we reached the car, we got checked into our hotel room, changed out of our stinky hiker clothes, and showered, and then headed into town for burgers, tater tots, and fries. The next morning, Mary and I had to start our way back to Seattle with 2 flights, but not before Elissa sent us off with pasty parting gifts. This was my first pasty ever, and it was so good. I mean, look at that thing. If you liked this video and got some value out of it, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for new videos each week and hit the bell icon to get notified each time new videos are posted. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy trails and keep on trucking. Hey, Elissa, is there sand on this trail?
No sand. What? You want a little more? Okay.